All right, everybody, welcome back to Bourbon Flights OKC. Eric is always with my co-host Jason. Our friend in front of you and in between us is Vern Wilson. He is the owner of Bad Brad's Barbecue here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Here's a good question for you. I know you're a big Old Elk guy. Like, what's your, like, if you had to pick your favorite distillery? And I've asked this question to you before. If you had to pick one distillery to have products from for the rest of your life, what would that distillery be?
See, I had a different opinion on this than other people, though, because
Okay.
I have two opinions.
Yeah.
The business guy tells me Buffalo Trace,
Right.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yep. And I mean,
And I'm
that's a
gonna-
lot of people's answer, right?
I'm gonna be happy drinking Full Proof and Single Barrel Weller.
Yep.
Happy as a clam.
Yep.
However, it'd be Old Forester because that's my favorite.
Right.
Yeah. See, and mine would be Heaven Hill. I love like all the Elijah Craig barrel picks and stuff. I love that. Like they have such cool stuff like the Fighting Cock, Henry McKenna. Like there's just so much good, unique stuff that comes out of Heaven Hill. And the biggest thing for me is like, okay, that Heaven Hill has the grain to glass stuff. They just had the 19-year, I believe.
That Elijah Craig.
And those are expensive, but like the nice thing about most of Elijah Craig's stuff is it's pretty reasonably priced,
Right.
as opposed to like having to go search around for Blanton's or like having to try to find Weller. Like it's such a more accessible product because it's most of the time easy to find and it's not very expensive. I guess it is my opinion on the matter.
But look at it like this: if you took 4 bottles from Weller or from Buffalo Trace, and you took 4 bottles from Elijah Craig, who do you think would win out? Especially if those, like for me, I know me. If you took E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof and Single Barrel, and you took a Full Proof Weller and a Single Barrel Weller, and put them up against any Heaven Hill, those 4 are going to win for me because that's just my palate.
Yeah, and that's
especially the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof.
That's I mean, but that's like
I'd brought out a bottle of that if I'd have had one.
But that's the whole point is like everybody likes something different. So that's why I like asking that question because you kind of can narrow down like, okay, I know what this person's into, right? Like you're a big Old Forester guy. I know you like the Old Elk stuff. Like I like Old Forester. I like Old Elk, but I'm more of like a Heaven Hill Four Roses guy.
Yeah.
And I know you're a big Heaven Hill guy as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know
you love Buffalo Trace.
You like Buffalo Trace products as well. And I mean, like I would also say, like I think your favorite, knowing you, Ben Holiday. Have you had any of the Ben Holiday
I've
stuff?
heard good things about it.
Dude, have you never had it?
No.
Oh my god.
Maybe my buddy brought me some.
Dude,
I don't remember. Maybe
that
I've had
soft red wheat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't remember. My buddy Craig brought me some. Craig, I get him into trouble and he gets me into trouble. He got me into trouble with bourbon, like because I got a little wild out there. My collection's a little excessive.
Oh, I know the.
But I got him back. Because Craig started hunting with me, and I got a suppressor first, and we went hunting together. And at that time I had a 25-06 with a suppressor. That's what I was hunting with that day. And I said, "Listen, man, this is going to be an expensive trip for you." Said, "What do you mean?" I said, "As soon as I shoot something with this fucking suppressor, you're going to buy one." And now he's bought about 6 of them.
Yeah.
And some thermals to go with them.
That's how it goes.
So trade it off there. Okay, counter question. What is your most underrated distillery?
I mean, I guess part of me wants to say Ben Holiday, but I don't know if it's underrated. I think it just a lot of people haven't had it.
Right. I think it's just the fact that it hasn't as
Yeah.
wide. Well, no, it's not that it's
new. It's in a cave in Missouri. So like,
so it's
who's going to go to a cave in Missouri to go drink bourbon?
It's interesting. So the guy that started Wells Fargo all those years back, he sold Wells Fargo and then started Ben Holiday Distillery. And then during Prohibition, they moved it into the cave in Weston, Missouri and stuff. And there's all this neat history about it. But McCormick's ended up buying them out, but they don't touch it. They don't tell them what to do. They just leave it alone.
They just own it.
Yep. And
That's
they
good
just
stuff.
let them do their stuff. They just did an 8-year, and a friend of mine, I called a friend in Kansas City because it's not here in Oklahoma yet. And will you please get me a bottle? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to the distillery anyway. So he went and got me a bottle. he ended up spending. He's like, man, that was expensive. He ended up buying a couple of other bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Because they do like the cave. They have like a cave series that they do too. I mean, they do a lot of fun stuff up there. I guess I would probably say that, but that doesn't really answer the question though, because it's not underrated. It's just not well known.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God, that's a good question.
It's easier to say what's overrated.
Like I think, I don't know. Green River, is that overrated?
Buffalo Trace is overrated.
I think. The Buffalo
It's
Trace
the most
itself.
overrated.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
The whole distillery is the most overrated.
Oh,
I love them to death.
I like certain things that they put out, but they're so hard to get. That's
the problem. That's why I say it's overrated. My underrated would be Redwood Empire.
Okay.
Redwood Empire?
Name something you've had from them that you don't like.
What is the bourbon rye, the very basic bourbon rye blended one? You know what I'm talking about?
That's not the Pipe Dream. The Pipe Dream is just the bourbon.
Correct.
I love the Pipe Dream. And then the Pipe Dream cask strength again. If I would have had a bottle of Pipe Dream on hand, I probably would have brought that instead of the Sour Mash.
The Lost Monarch. Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan because like the rye to me is okay. I really like the bourbon. But like mixing the two makes it even worse for me. I don't know, but like
I like the
all
Grizzly.
of the Grizzly stuff, like all their high, because when I first started, all they had was Lost Monarch, Pipe Dream, and Emerald Giant. That was it. And I bought the 3-pack, and it was pretty good. Again, I didn't like the blend, but then all this other stuff started coming out, like all their
I got a bunch of them out here
and stuff like that. I know
We saw.
and they're good. Like I like them,
Yeah.
and I think they're underrated. I think people don't know about them.
Yeah.
And for a $33 bottle, a bottle of Pipe Dream,
Yep.
it's money, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's something like you can drink like this, but if your buddy, pours whiskey and Coke, you're not going to want to beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I on my bourbon wall, I have one shelf, and it's got 2 little trash cans on the side of it. And people are like, they're gonna mix. That's your shelf right there. You feel free to mix anything there. Anything above or on the side, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
That's for drinking straight or a little bit of water or some ice.
I've got those bottles too. I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Like, listen, you're going to hurt my feelings. And if I've had about 4 of these, you're going to know you hurt my feelings.
Right.
That's why I keep Buffalo Trace around the house, is for those people, because it's cheap and it's
if you use my Knob Creek 18 as a mixer, we're going to have a problem.
Right. And that's so. At Rose Creek, they have a speakeasy in there, and their bartender, their Dennis, he's fantastic. We took my dad in, and my dad ordered a Crown and Diet Coke, and the bartender, their Dennis, served it to him in a trash can. And he said, if you're going to order that garbage, you're going to get it in a trash can. And,
I grew up on Crown. I hate it as much as I hate Jack Daniels now.
And he said, my dad's got a good sense of humor. So
I'm going to do a little comparison here.
Oh, okay. Do a side by side.
So you said you've never had John J. Bowman?
Never had any Bowman.
Okay.
So Bowman is mash bill 2
from Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
Let me text my bartender and have her bring out a couple things real quick.
And then, then it's given to the A. Smith Bowman Distillery, and they distill it again.
Yep. Okay. So the one on the left is going to be, let me put this in the correct order. The one on the left is going to be the regular John J. Bowman.
Okay, give me just 1 second.
You're fine. He's very busy. Running a restaurant's a full-time job.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised you was able to stop for as long as you have.
Right? He just wanted to sit down and drink bourbon.
Yes.
Can you blame him?
It's been a long week, boys and girls.
Yeah. I had some work being done on my house, some minor repair that was being done on my house, and they ended up doing more damage and had to do even more repairs. Required more repairs. So that was my day yesterday.
Yep.
And then
I just worked all week. Did a check ride this morning, and here we are.
Right.
So.
But yeah. So I like Bowman Brothers. I'm not so big a fan on, like we said, the one in the port cask, which is the Isaiah Bowman, I believe.
Isaac or whatever.
Isaac Bowman or Isaiah Bowman. I'm not a big fan, but the A. Smith we had last night.
A. Smith was good.
That's a good one. That was a cask strength one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, this John Jay. That's
yeah,
kind of been a progression with that, like, because how we found John Jay was I had told Justin, I really like Elmer T. Lee. And he said, oh, well, if you like Elmer T. Lee, put a bottle down. And then he set Bowman down next to it, and then he put Rock Hill Farms next to it.
You're not going to like this. I thought Elmer T. Lee was the most overrated bottle I've ever had.
Really? I love Elmer.
It's still a $30 bottle.
I pay about, I've gotten mine for close to MSRP, $45, $55.
Yeah, I mean, I get them for whatever here, and
that's what
it's
got me into bourbon.
fast, and everybody would ape shit over it. I was just like, no, not for me.
So, and when I first opened the bottle and I tried it, I was like, ooh, that's not what I remembered. And then after it sat for about 2-3 weeks, then I was like, okay, that's more of what I remember. And that's something we tell people too. If you get a neck pour and you don't like it, give it 2-3 weeks and come back to it. You'll be surprised. Like Havana, Penelope Havana, we didn't like it.
I heard the same thing.
And it just tasted like artificial sweetener. Well, it sat for a month, and we went back, and damn, it was pretty good.
All right, where were we at on
All right,
this?
so
on the left is the regular John J. Bowman,
Okay.
which is from the Sazerac Company, distilled at A. Smith Bowman. It's 100 proof. The age is NAS, but it's usually between like 9 and 10 years old. Mash bill number 2, I believe.
I think
Mash
so.
bill 2.
I believe that's right.
And then on the right we have the John J. Bowman, the Oklahoma Barrel Select. So it's a barrel pick of John J. Bowman.
It's so smooth.
Yeah,
It's just easy, man.
That's a nice little drinker.
Yeah, a nice thing you get the oak tannins, but it's not an overpowering oak.
Mm-hmm. Little toffee on there too.
Not overly sweet.
I mean, it's just a good 100 proofer, man.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, even for
easy
100
to
proof,
drink.
it's still smooth.
Yeah.
And then the barrel pick one, that's a good one. That one went fast. See, in that one, I think you get a little more on the barrel pick. You get a little more of the oak tannins are a little bit
A
stronger.
little more depth of flavor.
Yep.
Yeah,
For sure.
and even just kind of looking at them, get a little bit.
You can come on stage. You're
You can.
fine.
I don't have the old elk ones.
You know, oh no.
Oh, and
We don't
the
have
top
any
one?
of them?
There was
Well, they have
4
some
up
old
top.
elks, but
Yeah,
that's, I got the
We don't-
podcast strain.
I'll just
I
put it
have,
right. That's fine.
There should be open one of these in the owner's reserve. You don't have the cognac?
One of these two that I
Yeah, get the open one of those then. You don't have the cognac finish?
I think I have the cognac.
Bring that one then, please. We're bringing out more stuff to try.
Yeah,
because
I've got a
I've
bunch
only
of stuff
got
to
like
try, too.
150 to 180 different whiskeys here at any given time, plus the stuff we blend ourselves.
Yeah,
Right.
we once we finish the podcast, I want to have him try some of that because I had that the last time I was here.
Oh, we'll just do it on the podcast. She'll bring it in. It's
That's
That's fine.
30 feet away.
Yeah.
That's fair. So just going to and again, this is just the regular John J.
Yeah, just-
Bowman. Funny that all of these have had some sort of apple because again they say apple. On the palate, malted chocolate, oak, vanilla, hints of corn syrup. I don't know if I get corn syrup and chocolate. I get like
I'm not sure I could identify corn syrup anyway.
I get
don't have a
like
reference to
candy, but not like a super sweet candy. You know, like most candy's corn syrup, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and then on the finish, they chocolate, leather, oak, hints of vanilla. Interesting. They say the hint of spice, green pepper on the end.
Cognac finish more. I have this one. I have the double wheat. I have
Which
the
one is
rye.
that one? Yeah. That's all right. We don't want that. It's all right.
that. Thank you
you.
very much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
We need to order a cognac in a small batch, though.
So that we'll have to look for that. The cognac one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
It
this
seems
is nice.
like
We
with-
could just have we need this at every show. Just have someone keep bringing us bourbon. It's very
So
nice.
right down the street is Stillwater Wine and Spirits,
Yeah.
and they usually keep a bottle of that cognac in, and maybe a bottle of the small batch as well. They have, since it's so changed hands year and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, about a year and a half. I think they brought in almost 200 new whiskeys.
Oh wow, nice.
So shout out to those guys. They are doing it right. They do the distribution of it correctly. They're not assholes. They're good people, and they've got a bunch of good whiskey and a bunch of good tequila and stuff too.
Yeah,
but
nice.
they take care of their whiskey guys, man.
Do they?
That's what we always talk about is like relationships is what
you can't just walk in and
it's
expect
what this
them
is
to
all
hand you the
about,
best
right?
stuff.
I mean,
No.
having relationships is key.
And
I guess before we finish up the Bowman, what do you like the barrel pick? Because I think this is the first time I've had the barrel pick. I know you haven't had it either of them.
I like them both.
Yep,
I would drink the barrel pick first.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
A little bit more oaky, a little bit more interesting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I go off depth of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I describe it. Probably not correct. I don't care. What are they going to do? Fire me?
Yeah.
The only person that can fire me is a banker, and he can't afford to.
You could come in. It's okay. No, it's perfectly fine.
Shanna is my
come and say hi.
bartender
You should
here
come
at
say
Bad
hi.
Brad's. My
She was taking
manager,
care of us earlier.
she can make a old fashioned just as good as I am.
Yes.
Here's the joke of the day. So, and nothing wrong with where it was at because it was at a cigar shop here in town, and we all know the owner. He's a great guy. However, one of his employees told a customer of mine he made the best old fashioned in Stillwater, and then proceeded to make him an old fashioned with Jack Fire.
With what?
Jack
You heard
Fire?
me.
What?
Yeah, it's been I don't think the guy.
Speechless.
Yeah, I'm like,
What?
first of all, I'd fire you just for doing that. I don't even carry that shit. But yeah, that's the joke of the day.
Terrible.
Was that old fashioned with? Have you had an old fashioned made with an Amberana finished whiskey?
I haven't. I have a bottle of that I have not opened from Oak and Eden yet. It was a store pick from these guys down the road.
Okay.
I just haven't got to it yet. I don't drink that
We
much
have an
anymore.
Oak and Eden store pick
Amberana.
of Amberana. My advice would be open it, do not drink it, and let it sit for a month.
And take
Yeah.
the stave out.
We couldn't get the
I
stave
can
out
see
of
that.
mine. You didn't have to take the stave. We couldn't get it out of mine.
So
And
have
it
y'all
still tastes
heard they're
fine.
looking for a spot in Oklahoma?
Oak and Eden is?
Oh yeah.
No,
I have heard they're looking for a spot in
Interesting.
Oklahoma, which would be really cool because have y'all ever been down to the distillery there?
No.
So I got a buddy that went. You can make your own bottle.
Yes, and you can do
And
that
that
online
is-
too.
Yeah.
That is
My problem with that is, so I want your
That
opinion
came
on
up
this.
last
go,
night.
Go when you open that bottle. Again, let it sit, but then taste it. It's almost like the stave was in there too long, or you you can kind of taste the
Yeah.
manufacturing of the stave, which
Yeah.
sounds crazy.
Yeah, it almost, yeah.
No.
But
yeah,
but,
it
but
makes
all
sense.
of their stuff has staves in it, right?
Yeah.
So like for me, that stave taste is very off-putting. So like it's just cool that you can make your own thing, and it's not. I think their non-stave stuff is decent, but I feel like putting the stave in there is
So they're
kind of hurting them a
I
little.
like their bourbon and vine. I think their rye and Roomba, whatever. It's really good actually. It's really smooth. Got a really nice
I
little
haven't
flavor
had
to it.
No, I think the only Oak and Eden stuff we've had is that Amberana.
Yeah, it was the Amberana.
The Doc Swinson's Amberana, we opened it and it was okay, and then we
Oh.
just revisited it like a month
That's
ago.
what it was. I was wrong.
So
It was the
good.
Doc Swinsons. It wasn't the Oak and Eden.
Okay.
You're right. I
Yeah.
mixed them up.
The
You're
Doc,
right.
the Doc Swinson's, but you
3
gotta
more
let it
whiskeys,
sit.
and if you stick your fingers in front of me, I'm,
I'm
gonna
sorry.
bite them.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
No, I'm just warning you.
My dad
He's
used to
hungry.
stab my hand with a fork if I reached across the table, so I should know better. But no, yeah, you're right. It wasn't the Oak and Eden.
But those are the Oak and Edens I like. A lot of the Oak and Edens, they're just whiskeys, man.
Yeah.
And I don't drink every day or even every week now. Like
Why not?
I'm so busy because I'm busy. I got man. So I've got 5 kids and 3 different businesses as of right now, and then really more than that. We're fixing to add 2 more hopefully this year. So I'm a
There's
little
some
busy.
things going on.
Yeah, if I started drinking every day, it might be a problem.
Yeah, there might
So
not
we're
be
not
anything
gonna,
going on.
Yeah, so I'm
That's-
pretty productive right now,
Yeah.
so I like to stay that way.
Helps pay for the good whiskey anyway.
It does.
That's right.
That is a problem with good whiskey and having good whiskey around. You get spoiled.
Yeah,
That's right.
and you can't go back.
Yeah, no.
You can't. You can't.
It gets
do
real expensive real quick.
I used to be Bullet. That was my
Oh,
bourbon.
yeah, I love
and Coke.
Bullet Rye.
But
both of
now I just
Can't do it
yeah,
anymore.
it's
Yeah.
just not. It's
It
too
is-
too
it
too
is.
little anise for me.
It does not taste what it did 10 years ago
That's
before
true.
I had all this cool shit.
Right? You're right.
For
And
sure.
that's why I'm like, oh, what kind of whiskey you like? Oh, whiskey's whiskey. Okay, well that's your shelf right down there with the trash cans on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I think Widow Jane is another underrated
I would agree
distillery.
with that. Have you had the
Even though they
Decadence?
source most of
Have
it.
you had the Decadence? Okay.
But give me a bottle of Widow Jane 10 year every time and I'll be just that happy as I like.
So, not to cut you off, I want to end this particular part of it,
Okay.
and then we'll just hang out and film so I can take little snippets of it. Are you cool with that?
Whatever, man.
Okay.
All right. Let me pull this up here. So, I don't know, you just started your podcast. Our big thing was trying to keep it, like, our first episodes were like an hour long. We try to keep it to like 25 or 30 minutes. So, like, I'll probably take this and cut it into two.
Mhm.
Because that's
Whatever you wanna do,
easier, you know. All right.
Mine long. It's a couple hours.
Yeah.
We just sit there and talk.
That's fine. I mean, but if you cut
Oh,
it up,
everybody-
if you cut it
everyone's
up
different.
right, I mean, you got a guy like if you cut it up, man, like
He's good too.
Well, then you
Yeah.
get a bunch of views on
Yeah.
shorts and
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
stuff
that,
like
which is
that.
nice and stuff. And
all right.
I don't know what.
Do you
your
guys
phone-
have
What's your phone doing?
I don't know. Oh, I gotta do the puzzle thing. I'll do that in a second.
Oh.
Do you guys have anything else? Do you want to plug where you are in Stillwater?
Yeah, we can do that.
Give the address.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we're getting ready to finish up here at Bad Brad's for this episode. Vern, why don't you plug the address, plug what you got going on in the next couple weeks, and another shameless plug for you.
Man, shameless plug. We're going to go 5302 West 6th Avenue. Hit us up for a bunch of catering. 405-377-4141. We're doing Sunday brunch now, sell out Sundays. So like this Sunday, we'll have regular brunch items. We've got a French toast casserole, some really good croissants, sausage, bacon, eggs, and then like fun little items that are going to be the real sellout items. I got a real good deal on some flank steak. We've got some smoked chicken that we're going to do that is completely different you've never seen on our menu. And then what else? Oh, I got some really good pork tenderloin deals.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
those are going to be sellout Sundays, guys. It's going to start at 10, and when we're done, we're done. Get your butts in here. Come eat some barbecue on a Sunday. Music starts at noon. We'll go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we'll close up shop.
Come drink some bourbon,
Yeah.
eat some barbecue.
Easy,
Bloody
easy
Mary.
to
Hang out
get
with
to.
Vern.
Easy
Yeah.
to get to. 35 north. If you're
Super
coming from
easy.
Oklahoma
Super
City,
easy.
Very
It's
easy.
right off the
literally,
main highway.
I mean, it
into
took
Stillwater.
us. We live in what we call the North Pole in Edmond,
Yep.
North Edmond, in 50 minutes.
40,
Yeah.
49
Yeah.
minutes.
Probably it's
Yeah.
probably honestly because we live so far west. If you live on the east side of the metro and can just pop up 35, it
Yeah.
probably is 45
40,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about that's about
It's
right.
not
And it's
far
just
at all.
straight highway, easy
Yeah.
to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Super easy to get to.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. I ordered them. I called them pork cracklins.
I've been hearing about them for 9 months. So
Pork
I
rinds and queso.
Dude,
Yeah.
so good. So
Money.
good. You had the burnt end sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fantastic.
Super good. Yeah, the food here is awesome. The people are awesome. The bourbon is awesome. So make sure you check out Bad Brad's Barbecue in Stillwater. Do you guys have anything?
No.
That's
Nope.
it, guys. Hit us
All
up.
right.
We'll see
Yeah.
you.
All right. Remember, thanks for joining us on this bourbon journey through Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Remember, there is a world of bourbon out there waiting to be explored one sip at a time. Until next time, keep your glasses full and your spirits high.
Cheers.
Cheers.